Hey Aries, welcome back to my channel. I'll be doing a love reading today. So let's go ahead and just jump right in and see what Spirit has to say. That came out. Okay. Ooh, no. There we go. Okay. And bottom of the deck. Okay, perfect. So, what I have here is the Three of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the King of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Now, for a lot of you, I am getting the sense of very one-sidedness. I'm getting that you're putting in so much time, effort, money into a relationship, and it's just exhausting because, again, it's just the one-sidedness. I'm not getting that this other person is kind of reciprocating or really doing the work. I feel like you are doing all of it on your own. The burden's on you. But it's like the mix of emotions because I'm seeing that you want this so bad that it's like you'll do it because you want it that badly, but you know deep down that this isn't healthy and this isn't good. And I'm seeing that this is a person that you have already kind of envisioned your future with. You've kind of already have that in your brain that this is your person, that this is who you want to spend the rest of your life with. You don't see anybody else. I see that this was something that gave you so much joy to think about at one point in time. And I think now it's gone to a point where it's just like, it's exhausting. I mean, look, that guy right there is like looking down at all the work that he's done and is kind of just like, ugh, instead of being like happy. And I think that's kind of where you are. And I'm getting that there was a situation that has taken place that kind of left you brokenhearted. And I don't think the other person is brokenhearted, not so much like you are. I think that there was some kind of form of betrayal, some kind of heartbreak, some words, actions, something that has taken place. For me, I like from what the guys are kind of trying to tell me, I feel like this has already happened and that it's kind of been a situation that happened not recently, not long ago, but kind of long ago. And you're still kind of trying to work through that. I think you're the one trying to fix things, but you're not the one that should be fixing things. I don't know if that kind of makes any sense. I don't know if that resonates, but it really does feel like this other person did a lot of damage. I don't know why right now. We'll kind of dig into this a little bit more. I'm going to pull more cards for that Three of Swords because I'm getting that there's some more information that I need to be getting from that. But I feel like you are having a hard time letting go for some reason. And let me actually just go ahead and pull some cards because I do really, let me move this away for a second. I do want to see what it is that kind of happened, maybe even to give you some validation just so that you don't feel like you're alone because your guides are they're listening. They see you. They want you to know that they're on your side. So let's see. Ooh, okay. Yeah. So, stuck. I need to pick these up. All right. So we have the moon and we have death. So I'm getting, okay, that makes a lot of sense to me now. Okay, so I am getting that there was a third party and another, because 3, 1 you, 2, your significant other, 3, the other person. I feel like for a lot of you, there was a third party. I think the betrayal was because of third party. And the reason that I'm getting that is specifically because the moon card showed up. And that is something that's coming to light, something that was in the shadows that is now being brought out into the open. And that's kind of like the lies, the secrecy. I think I'm getting the sneakiness of it. I'm getting that there's something sneaky that your person has been doing behind your back. And you kind of already know about this. I don't see like this seems to me old energy. I feel like y'all already talked about this, worked through it, are currently working through it, aka you putting in all the work to try to make this better, even though it's not for you to make better. But again, I that kind of makes sense now. Okay. Maybe this resonates with you guys, but I'm getting a lot of thoughts like this. I put in so much work. I put in so much time, money, pentacles, money. I mean, you could be taking them out on dates or, treating them to dinners, lunches, bringing them lunches to work, buying them jewelry, buying them flour, like something that it's not like a significant amount of money, but it's just things that like effort that you're putting in that's just kind of like you're not getting reciprocated and it's just like a loss. Like you don't want to take an L on that. Like that's so funny. So if this message resonates, I recommend going back and looking for the Aries, the February Aries. This is the same, almost similar message that I got for that. So it's interesting to see that this is still continuing. But it does seem like they might have been taking advantage of the fact that you are being so kind, that you are doing all these things, and that I think they know that they should be the ones doing this. They're the ones who messed up, but you're just trying so hard to hang on to that and like try to keep that memory, try to keep the idea of your future, of what you always wanted, and try to fix that. And I think that's why you're hanging on so strongly, and that also you don't want to give the next person that comes for them the opportunity to have a good person, because you kind of like made them who they are, or you're trying to help them be better people or be better for themselves and just grow and evolve. And I think you don't want to like let someone else have that when you put in that effort, if that makes any sense. And I get it, because it's like, you put so much time into like kind of like training somebody, and someone else is taking advantage of like all the work you put in. And, I'm just going to say this, and I think Spirit really wants you to know, if this person was what you kind of like envision him or her to be in the future, they would have already been it now. And I don't think this person, seeing that this is so one-sided currently, I don't think this person is doing the self-work. And I don't think you have to worry about the next person getting the better version of themselves, because I think they're going to have the same version you have, and it's almost like you're passing the baton for that next person to learn a lesson, because this is just a lesson for you guys. And I'm having a feeling that you're kind of learning it, because the Death card is here. I see that you guys already know that this chapter needs to close, and I think you're accepting it, but very slowly. I feel like there's still like the whole hanging on. I do want to point out, though, that there is sunlight in the back here for the Death card, which is supposed to show like the new chapter is good. It's beautiful. It's warm. It's just the new phase of your life that you should be going into. And you know that, but again, there's like some kind of hang up. I feel like you're really holding on so strong and not letting go of this person because of the potential and what you kind of like, it's in your head. Like you're in love with what you created, the vision that you created of this person in your own mind, not who this person really is. Because any person that like does this to another person, the Three of Swords, just does not represent something that's going to be a forever long-term thing. Now, that being said, the guides want you to know, your guides, my guides, they kind of want you to know something. And this is a future aspect. Now, this future aspect for me, the way I do readings, is always changing. It's not set in stone. So in order to receive the King of Swords and the Ten of Cups, which I'll get into and explain, you have to close that door. You have to close the chapter to this person, to this future that you thought you had with them. You have to move on and accept the death of that relationship. Even though I know that it should happen. Like, I feel that you guys just know that, but it's just hard to let go. And like I said, if you close that door, we have the King of Swords. And each suit, so like we have the swords, the cups, the pentacles, and the wands, they all have different meanings, right? But the king and the queen for the reading of any love reading is always going to be the best card that you can possibly get as a partner reading. Then you also have the Knights and the Pages, but we won't get into that, but they're not as mature as the king and the queen. They have matured, they have gone through lessons in life. And the fact that you are getting a king in your future shows me that, like, if you close this door, you're going to be rewarded with something better, upgrade, whatever. No king is going to be giving you this. Like, that is not a king. And I didn't get any kings. There's no kings showing up in the first half of the reading. The maturity level clearly isn't there. And you can have that. And the King of Swords, if you can see on the top, has butterflies in him. That's part of the sword suit. That's transformation. That's change. And I feel like that I needed to point out because I think that's a sign for you guys, because I think there's also fear of change. And I feel like the transformation could be there for you as well as a person to grow, to learn from this experience. But I think the change and like leaving that comfort zone, leaving that person that you were comfortable with, not even like comfortable because it wasn't a comfortable situation, but you're just used to being with that person. I think that is almost a hang up for you guys as well. But the King of Swords, so coming from this relationship, going into a king, she is going to have a personality trait of being strong, being like very well versed, educated, thinks before they feel. So like if a situation comes up, they're not going to act like out of feeling aggressively. They're going to use logic. It's going to be a very mature, like very strong personality, taking care of business. This is very masculine energy, independent, just being the strong person, having had experienced a life. And I think seeing that you kind of took on so much burden, you kind of need a king masculine energy. I feel like you need someone to take care of you, to help you lift that burden, because you've experienced, I want to say, a very long period of time of this kind of turmoil. I don't think this has been a recent thing. I feel like you've been struggling with this for some time. And this person is willing to give you the future that you've planned. Like, I think you've planned it, right? Like, you see it and you envision it. And then, like, you don't realize that this next person that would come into your life will give you that and then some. I think if you were able and willing to just let go and just take care of yourself for a hot second, open the door for this person to come in, and maybe you know someone like this already. I feel like for a lot of you, it's somebody new that you don't know, but maybe you do know someone like this already. And you kind of like keep in the back of your mind that you know that that's something that could potentially be there. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's someone new, but you will have the Ten of Cups, and that's emotional fulfillment, filling all your cups. If your goal isn't just to be happy emotionally, you're going to have the family, you're going to have the happiness, the joy, stability, abundance. Like that is what the Ten of Cups, that's whole. That is completion. That is everything that you have wanted, whatever it is that you envisioned. And it's going to take the work of you kind of closing that door to whatever situation you're in right now that is not serving you anymore to be able to receive the next thing. And I say this because, again, this is not a solid future. This is something that can be a miss. If you can't close that door and walk away, you're going to have a miss. And the next chapter, the next thing will come. Then, we do another reading. The next thing will have something different for you. But wouldn't it be just so beautiful to be able to do something good for yourself? This is the gift that you can give yourself. And I think your guides kind of want you to know that because there's something beautiful at the end of all of this. Like I said, there's that sunlight showing in right there in the background. And you just kind of have to look ahead because the dawn is coming, and something that ends always allows for a new beginning. So I hope this reading resonated, and if it did, subscribe so you don't miss another reading. See you guys next time.